Hello, everyone. This is just an informational video about the Emerging Poets Fellowship. My name is Gusta Radlinghawk, or Gusty. You'll see my email copied and pasted on all the informational emails as well as on the First Peoples Fund website. I'm just here to talk a little bit about the Emerging Poets Fellowship, which will be taking place summer 2022. So the Emerging Poets Fellowship is a fellowship out of First Peoples Fund. And it's a youth development program that works with 4 different regional partners, including Dances with Words, which is here based in South Dakota on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. And we provide poetry and professional artist development trainings to 7 Indigenous youth from the Pine Ridge Reservation and Rapid City area. Eligible applicants are rising high school juniors, seniors, and recent graduates as of May 2021, and youth must be 19 years old or younger. So the fellowship will take place in the summer of 2020, summer of 2022. The fellowship will start on June 14th and proceed to take place until August 4th. So youth will be meeting 3 times per week in person at the Ogallala Lakota Art Space, right across from the Pine Ridge Chamber of Commerce. There'll also be virtual links and programs for youth who are not comfortable meeting in person yet, as well as other accommodations for summer ceremonies as well. The application deadline is on Saturday, April 30th by 11:59 p.m. So that's right before midnight. The fellows will be notified of their selection by May 16th, and the fellows will start meeting as a cohort with their mentors on June 14th at the Ogallala Lakota Art Space. Masks are still required regardless of vaccination status at the art space. So masks and social distancing and other COVID precautions will be implemented during our time meeting together. We'll also be having virtual Zoom links for youth who aren't able to make it in person. So, okay. See you. The Emerging Poets Fellowship includes the 18 poetry workshops that'll take place over the 7 weeks, the creation of a chapbook anthology, guidance on creating your own resume and cover letter, and learning how to coordinate and plan a poetry festival for your community, and instructions on how to open and manage a bank account along with some basic financial literacy. A stipend will be broken into 3 payments over the 7-week period, as well as a letter of recommendation upon completion of the fellowship. And if you want to find out more about Dances with Words or the Emerging Poets Fellowship, you can go to the Dances with Words webpage by going to firstpeoplesfund.org, navigate to the programs option, and locate Dances with Words. And on this website, we have a little bit about us, some stories, as well as the application link here, and some general information, as well as contact information for me and Autumn White-Eyes. So I will hand it over to Pate Sangwi.
So the application is in 3 parts. Part 1 is just a general applicant information. It's just about like your name, who to contact, where you're from, and all that jazz. And part 2 is short answers, short answer questions. So you won't have an option to save your answers. So it's highly suggested to either write it in Google Docs already or like just like beforehand, just in case you don't want to lose anything, like if your laptop or computer or phone or device goes down and you lose all those things or whatnot, just to be able to have that saved as a document would be like really helpful. So yeah, and if you're not into that and you just want to bite the bullet, you can also just sit there and type however much you want, however little, however much. So this is just the general application. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simplistic. The short answer questions are pretty easy. to answer. Just don't think too hard about your answers. Don't think too hard about the questions. Because it's not it's not like a test that you're going to get graded on. The second part is the writing samples, or not, sorry, not second part. Part 3 is the writing samples. So you'll have an option, you'll have the choice, you'll have the chance to share your work with us, to share to us what you write. It could be rap, haiku, a song, spoken word, all that stuff, all that jazz. And if you are not really, if you're the type to be a performer and you have performance videos of you like performing, you can also, there's an option to share a video of you reading your poetry or vocally. And yeah, so it's pretty simplistic. You don't have to stress too much about this. Your artwork and your writing is valid, regardless of what it's about, how it's written. If it has grammar issues, there's no right or wrong way of writing poetry. So don't worry too much about that. We're not going to grade you in any way whatsoever. And then the last part is just electronic signature. So you just type your name and that's that. But I'm a emerging poets fellow, past fellow from 2019. So I was a part of this program when it was beginning. And for me, I was able to learn how to annotate more. And especially when I read books that are not, if I'm not in the working space and I'm just leisure time, I find words in certain books that I want to learn more about, and annotating those books and being able to get more inspiration from those annotations that I make. And I've also learned how to write different forms of poetry and being able to not compare, but kind of utilize other people's poetry and have a better view and vision of how I want to write my poetry. And this fellowship also comes with development administrative wise. I don't know if that's the right word. So I also learned a lot about being a small business owner. So I'm not a small business owner, but I could be because of the knowledge I've gained from this. So there are sessions where we will be discussing like bank accounts, how to start one, different documents and taxes and different, just those teensy adult things that they don't really teach you in schools. So it's really recommended. I really recommend any youth to join this because you will learn a lot about yourself, your writing, and the world around you as an Indigenous writer and Indigenous creator. So yeah, I really do hope that some of you guys can join and participate because you'll learn a lot and you'll gain a lot from this. And I'll pass it back to Gusty.
Cool. Thank you, Patesangwi, for sharing all that information. So yes, if you are interested in applying for this program, but you have some questions, you can reach out to me, Gusty, or Augusta at augusta@firstpeoplesfund.org. You can also contact First Peoples Fund by phone and they will direct you to me, or you can reach out to Autumn White-Eyes at firstpeoplesfund.org if you have any more questions or concerns about the program. But just reminding everyone that the application is due by April 30th by 11:59 p.m. and we hope to see you soon.